Welcome to the weekly stock market roundup as of Friday, 17th October 2025. This video is sponsored by YZ Tea Store. They make t-shirts around different themes such as heritage, philosophy, psychology, and so on. You can go to the website and check out the t-shirts. There is a discount coupon that you have called Finance Dragon, which is given only for us, which you can use to get a discount 20% on your t-shirts. Now, back to the video. This information is purely historical and reflects our understanding of past market events. It is not investment advice, stock recommendations, or financial guidance of any kind. Stock market investments are always subject to market risk. Please conduct your own research and consult a SEBI-registered financial advisor or other qualified and certified professional before making any investment or trading decisions. Let's start with the BSE Sensex. It closed on 17 October 2025 at 83,952.19. It was up 1.76 week on week, and it was up 3.36% year on year. It had closed 81,224.75 on 18th October 2024. The market has been upwards for the last 10 years, as you can see, and this is the last 1 year, as you can see here. This is when the tariffs were announced. For the Nifty, it closed at 25,709.85. It was up 1.68% week on week and up 3.44% year on year. It had closed at 24,854.05 on 18th October 2024. Like with the BSE, it has been on an upward trend for the last 10 years. This is the last 1 year, as you can see here, the tariff happening here. Now, comparing with the global indices, this is how the Indian indices perform. You can see that they're here, right below the Nasdaq. The Chinese indices are at the bottom. The European ones, the Nifty and the Euronext are here. The Nikkei has been performing quite well for the last 10 years now. It is here. The Dow Jones Industrial Composite Average has been here. Now, performance-wise, Nasdaq has outperformed everyone for 56.20% for the last 10 years. Followed by the Nifty 50 and the Sensex. Then come the Dow Jones, the Nikkei, then the Euronext, then the FTSE 100, FTSE 100, then the Shanghai Composite and the Hang Seng. The reason the Chinese stock market has not been performing very well for the last 10 years has been there was a stock market crash in 2015 that kind of wiped out a lot of value from the Shanghai Composite, the Shanghai Stock Exchange. And then in the last 10 years, there have been regulatory issues. For example, if you remember, there was Alibaba issue, the Tencent issue, then recently the real estate issues that have been plaguing the Chinese market. So they have not been performing very well for the last 10 years. But if you look at them in the short term, the last 1 year, you can see the Hang Seng has performed quite well. This is where the tariffs were announced, global tariffs by the US president, and obviously everything had taken a nosedive. But then otherwise, the Hang Seng has been doing quite well, even though it has taken a kind of beating recently. These are the global indices. The Indian indices are performing out here. As you can see, they have not been performing very well compared to the global ones. Global ones have been performing at 23.29 Hang Seng. Yes, 4.89% down. It has been on a monthly basis. But otherwise, Nikkei, then the Nasdaq, then the Shanghai Composite have been here. The Euronext and the FTSE have been here. Then this is how the Nifty 50 and the Sensex have performed. Let's look at the sector performance. BSE Realty, fast-moving consumer goods, consumer durables, financial services, and bankex have been performing top performers in terms of sectors, in terms of the indices for this week. Information technology, BSE focus IT, capital goods, tech and metal were the ones that were at the lower side. If you look at realty, it is closed at 72.22, which was quite up from its 52-week low of 58.05.38. It is nearing its 52-week high, in fact. For the fast-moving consumer goods, it is closing at 20,755.49 for this week. It had closed at 20,231.32 for the previous week. 52-week high was 22,260.65. So you can see it is somewhere in the middle between 18,196.88 and this number. This is somewhere in the middle. Consumer durables is at 61,025.26. It is nearer its 52-week high compared to the 52-week low. Financial services is at 12,999.34, closed at 12,748.70 previous week. It is again closer to its 52-week high. Bankex, these two sectors move in tandem, so obviously it will be again near its high compared to the lows. So at 54,277.32 was the 52-week low, and it is at 65,058.13 as you can see. Information technology at 34,179.45. It is at 52-week high was 45,000, quite down. Same with the IT because these sectors also move in tandem. 40,783.53, 54,112.22 was the 52-week high. Capital goods and metal will be again similar because again these two sectors move in tandem. 69,061.86, 73,853.84. Comparatively, it is nearer its high mark. Similarly, I think with the metal sector, yes, as you can see, 33,793.30 and 34,339.88. Tech is again something that moves with the information technology and the focus IT sector, so it will be near its high, 17,000 and 20,706.86 as you can see. Somewhere in the middle maybe, yeah. So now looking at the NSE indices have been performing quite well. Also, realty, FMCG, financial services, 2550, financial services, ex-bank, auto have been the top 5 sectors. The bottom 5 have been media, IT, PSU bank, metal and mid-small IT and telecom. As you can see, the previous week close was on Friday 933.75. 52-week high was 1137.50. Low was 765.80. So again, for each of these sectors, they are kind of nearing their 52-week high. Especially financial services, as you can see, 31,017.20, 31,285.40 compared to 21,702.40, which is quite down, which is quite low. So they are performing kind of at the top of the range right now. Auto has been similar, as you can see, 27,228.60, 27,225.75, boosted by the GST reforms, obviously. Among the bottom 5, Nifty Media is at 1519.60. It was at 20695.65, 52-week high. So it is somewhere in the 52-week low. IT is at 34,950.70, somewhere near the lower end of the 52-week high and lows. PSU Bank at 7638.75. It's somewhere near the 52-week high. Metal 10199.30, 10373.30, again somewhere near the 52-week high. Mid-small IT and telecom 9747.30, 112723.20, 78636. So it is somewhere in the middle. Telecom, because it's a bit different sector than IT, so it will not move as much in tandem as, let's say, Nifty IT or the tech sector. Now, looking at the top stocks week on week, we can see Whirlpool, India, Ola Electric Mobility, Adani Power, TVS Holdings, Angel One, C Infosystems, Navin Flooring International, ICICI Lombard General Insurance, Jubilant, and Grevia, and Nestle India were the top 10 performers. If you look at Ola Electric Mobility, is up 15.24%. It had a few downturns in the last few weeks, so it is good to see it's up. The shareholders will be happy. In terms of the biggest losers were KIOCL, Anantraj, China Petroleum, Sterling and Wilson and Renewable Energy, Jindal SAW, Yes Bank, Reddington, Sada Energy and Minerals, Credit Access Grameen, and GI Infra Projects. Looking at the NSE, the Whirlpool India has been at 1370.00, up from previous weeks of 1168.00, up 17.29%. Post Motors, Adani Power is also performing well on the BSE, if you remember. Bombay Burma Trading Corporation, SBFC Finance, Delivery, Asian Paints, Bharti Hexacom, Radico Khaitan, Laurus Labs. They have all been performing the top 10. Of the bottom 10, Credit Access Grameen tops the list. It was also in the top 10 in the BSE 500. It is down 7.33%. Jindal SAW, Wipro, Wellspun Living, Alok Industries, PCBL Chemical, Gujarat Mineral Development Corporation, JSW Infrastructure, Z Enterprises, and Swiggy have rounded up the bottom 10. So this is it for this week. So thank you for watching. Have a great Diwali week ahead. Goodbye and see you in the next week.